Uh-huh. Your unspoken life. I had something on my mind lately. Um, so I made this blog the other day, and it was my truthful, like honest opinion about relationships, marriage, sex, uh, life, freedom. And a girl messaged me, and she said something like, I really appreciate you posting that. And I'm like, well, wow, thanks. A lot of people give me a backlash when I speak so honestly. And she said, you say a lot of things a lot of people are thinking, but nobody is going to step up and say. And I thought about it, and it's like, wow, your unspoken life. I think about books like 50 Shades of Grey. I think about, I think about, um, think about comedians. I don't consider him a comedian. I consider him a philosopher, but people like George Carlin. And I think about why people love this stuff. Because most people live an unspoken life. They have this whole life inside of their head, things they want to do, the person they want to be, and they never say anything. So they love comedy and people like Cat Williams because they speak real shit. They're not worried about what are people going to think, are people going to judge me. So people love to hear that real life stuff. And George Carlin, the philosopher, he talks about all of society, and he talks about real things, real issues. And yeah, some of it's poking fun at people, but a lot of this shit is legitimate when you sit back and look at it. 50 Shades of Grey, I think that people really get into that because we have a society that's so sexually held back, and a lot of women are suppressed. Um, and I think that they really loved that because it was a piece of them that they weren't able to release into the world themselves, because they're so repressed and held back sexually, on some level. So, and one thing I love, and I wanted to just give a shout out just in case, is that I really like the fact that through this blogging and videos and writing a lot and kind of getting my page out there and my name, that speaking like my honest truth, a lot of taboo subjects and shit like that. Sometimes people come out of the woodwork and they just tell me things that they wouldn't tell anybody. And I would like to tell you, the listener, that if you have something like you want to confess, it doesn't really matter what it is. Like you just want to talk to somebody, you have something in your life that you want to change, you feel this way about this or that, you could tell me. Like, I won't judge you. I'm not a cop. I don't care if it's illegal. I'm not a self-righteous religious zealot. I'm not going to judge you. We could talk about it, toss it around. A girl, I talked to a girl the other day, and, this is, for instance, this is something. She said to me, she said, Trevor, I'm not happy in my relationship. Sexually, not satisfied. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I'm not happy. She said, I really just want to be free. I really just want to be free. But financially, I'm living with my boyfriend and I have to stay because I'll have nowhere to go. And I'm pretty upset about that. And it's things like this, her unspoken life is that she has this whole idea that she doesn't even want to be there anymore. And she would just like to be free and break free, but she's never going to say anything. When I think about marriage, and I think about love, and I think about relationships, I think about jobs, I think about family, I think about friends, and how many things go unsaid, and how many people never take a stand to alter their life. And that's kind of what I do. And some people may think I'm extreme at times, a little compulsive perhaps. Sometimes I like to kind of step back from various different things I may be doing, and not do them for a while, and switch the way I'm approaching life and whatever it may be, just so I can look and ask myself if I'm living exactly the way I want to live. Um, and like I said, some people have called that compulsive. I really just call it trying to fish through to really learn who I am. And it's taken years. And I don't feel bad saying that because I don't think a lot of people do that search. I can probably guarantee you, most, and even you probably don't know who you are. And probably 90% of people you come in contact with, this could be your lover, this could be your friends, family, kids, church pastor, church friends. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they're doing, and they get stuck in these positions that force them to be shackled in chains, and they never speak what they really feel ever again. And I say all this because you should start to really reflect on what it is you want in the life you want to live. Um, and we take so much responsibility in our lives. We went, oh, I got out of high school, so now the society says I got to get married, have 4 kids, get a dog and a cat or 2 dogs, get a big house, get a job that I work at all the time, always be busy, and then the people complain that their life is too busy and they don't have any time. You see, it's like a double standard. It's an oxymoron. It's irony. It's irony at its best. And these are what lock us into positions. I'm not saying kids are bad. I'm not saying a house is bad. I'm not saying husband's bad or a wife is bad or dogs or kids. I'm just saying that you see that you lock yourself into these positions. Most of the time, as I've been posting, people aren't even happy. They just get into the positions because it's a comfort zone and they think that that's what they're supposed to do. And that's why this girl contacted me on Facebook and said, I really appreciate you talking about that stuff about love and marriage and relationships and sex. To be honest, because I think she used to be married. I don't think she is anymore. And she's probably one of those people who was stuck in the situation and she just felt like she was in a cage. Um, and she wasn't happy and she probably changed her life. And I just say to you guys, like, just think about what you're doing. Think about who you want to be. Think about how you want to act. Think about if you're playing a role and that's not even who you are. That's another kind of weird thing that I was talking about with my mother yesterday is we are all pawns in this game. I don't know why life is like this. I don't know who created it, why they created it, but we're all here playing this game, and we all have a specific part, I believe. But a lot of people are playing actors in a role they don't even believe in. And that's pretty fucking scary. And I'm not saying don't trust people and this and that, but I am saying just know that society is built to create people living off false pretenses and false creations of themselves in an image they think they need to portray, but that's not really them. You know, it's like the mask you wear. So, damn, I don't even remember what I was going to call this. Your hidden life, your secret life, your unspoken life. Who are you? Who are you?